Thank you very much, Zafar Mohyuddin Saab. First of all, thank you very much to the Department of History and Pakistan Studies for bringing us together to listen to each other and bringing more wider understanding of many themes which we can cover in various debates. Thank you very much to Tahir Kamran Saab for giving that enriching keynote, which also helps us to look into various dimensions that how we can work in those directions. To seniors, those who presented paper before me, my seniors back in university, and it's always difficult to come at the end and to do justice with your own thing. So I'll just be brief. I hope you will not be giving me that ticket or token very much soon, so I'll be very brief in that case. So the title is Winning Patients for Christ or in the Name of Christ. So this is something, a very different or unique understanding of socio-cultural history of a very different type or stream of history, that how we need to look into interfaith harmony. The idea for migrations, patterns of migrations, or sometimes the reform with which we all are accustomed to, that what is the question of reform for everyone, and how people they understand reforms from colonial perspective, that how coloniality has done either justice to it or injustice to it. So the title itself says that this is the story of the patients, the story of the people, the story of the masses or the subaltern, those who were first Muslims, then converted under the shadow of those conversations, and that all started with a reform agenda. And that is what Church Mission Society worked for a very long time. The mission came to India from 1849. But Multan, that's why precisely it says that it is 1856 which started in Multan. So the Church Mission Society was requested by the people of the local Indian civil services to come and work with the local people as well as to the officers or the recruits, those who are available in India. So this is an ongoing inquiry because I'm looking into the Church Mission Society archives based in Birmingham. And again, thanks to the IDM Matthew, those who have digitized the entire data which is available across the world, anyone can sit and look into that. And the same repository is available in Rawalpindi with the Christian Study Center if anyone wants to look into that. So something which was intriguing in the keynote speakers' understanding, with we all agree to, that we are the ones to be blamed for many things. And the reason being that is that why we have never documented it, or why there are the people sitting in West are the expert of these things. So the reason is that we are hardly exploring those territories, those documents, archives, which can help us to lead there. So this paper or this understanding is divided into three portions: Church Mission in the Punjab, then Church Mission in Multan, and precisely the health conditions of the children and the women. That was focus of the Church Mission in the early days. So the Church Mission came into Punjab in different times, and this is the time which talking about Amritsar, Multan, the Dera Jats or the other territories, that how they became very successful, because this was later on became the headquarter of the Church Mission Society when Montgomery has given consent to it. And that is something, as someone already mentioned, that why we have never worked on Multan or Mulastan, which was the place which became the trade route for the entire Persian territorial or the Mediterranean region. So the first case was with the Punjab itself, and this was the reason that why Punjab's socio-cultural landscape that attracted people all across the globe. Then comes towards the Multan, and Multan itself has this very much understanding that it was once considered the Sufis or saint cities. It was the light for the people, those who migrated in 47. It was the place with which the people, they took their understanding that you need to go where agriculture is, where resources can be, and that's why this combination of Punjab and Multan, because it was the largest food grain producers after Amritsar under the colonial bread and basket policy. And that's where we see that how the winning patients in the name of Christ, that was one soft target with which the colonial mindset has started prevailing all across the Punjab. So the reform structure was in three ways. One was the conversions, which was the underlying purpose. The second largest phase was the education. And that education was with many of the convent schools, or many of you might have had read into those cathedrals or the convent schools. And the third one was the health reforms, that how you can reach to the maximum heart or the core heart of the followers, those who can help you. And that's why Winning Patients for Christ was the title with which the correspondence used to go back to the Church of England. And that is time and again, because lots of newspapers, they have reported very frequently that how missions, they were being supported, financed, created, reconstructed, or reconstituted those places. And that's why this is something with which the interfaith harmony or the conversion, both they remained under research territories where people, they have never thought about that education can also change your mind, but can also change your faith as well. And that's where the Church Mission Society has worked from 1856 till to date. And that is something till to date because the data which is available in Pakistan is till 2001, but they are constantly reporting to their headquarters. And that is one of the headquarters is based in Oxford, because Church Mission Society sits in Oxford. And their entire repository that's available at the Cadbury Research Library in Birmingham. Just the underlying themes with which I am right now struggling or inquiring into, that how those patients, they have had their stories. I'll just narrate two anecdotes which were being highlighted at that time. One was that a lady was not giving birth to the children, and the husband has abandoned her. And the Church Mission Society took her, and that was at the end of the day, that how she converted to the new feelings, and that was the conversion come health, come education, that all three purposes serve. And the second one was that taking someone as a refuge, as a bribe from the landlords or the Hindu landlords, those who were looking for the slaves at that earlier time. And the both stories, they came up from Multan. One is from modern day Kabirwala, and the other one is from the Multan city itself. So that's why we need to look into those parameters, that what happens with certain types of archives, where archival material that can lead to the bigger stories, bigger picture, and the bigger audience. Thank you very much for your patience.
Is Dr. Fakhar Bilal. He is serving as an assistant professor of history at the Department of History, Quaid-e-Azam University, Islamabad. He has completed his master and MPhil from Quaid-e-Azam University and PhD in modern South Asian history at Royal Holloway University of London, United Kingdom. His PhD research was on colonial and post-colonial Multan, Punjab, and its development with reference to religion, education, and religious seminaries. He has participated in international research and training workshop in UK, China, Italy, US, and thank you very much, Dr. Fakhar Bilal.